How was that for you to actually have a business partner, but then y'all go separate ways and now you on your own?
At first, it was devastating.
Majority of African American aesthetic professionals are doing under $150,000 a year. How you doing today? I want to welcome you to the Content Aesthetic Show, where we take different med spa owners, different aesthetic professionals, and allow them to share their stories so they can inspire you to keep thriving and impacting your community. And on today's episode, we have Rodreaka Sales. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you today?
First of all, to have a last name like Sales is different.
Yes, it is.
Like, I love Sales. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, that's different.
Goes with
what it is that you do. And how do you impact your community with your business?
Well, I impact my community because right now, in my community, there are a lot of unlicensed estheticians and lash artists. So with my business, I tend to, at first I started actually using my instructor license to prepare them for state board, getting them state board ready. And the more girls I graduated, they were like pushing me to open a school. So me opening my spa had led me now to kind of open up a school and be there for underprivileged women who can't really afford the schools that are $13,000, $14,000, $15,000.
So by you opening a school and helping them, why is that your mission? Like, why is that something you want to do?
I feel like I've been a teacher my whole life. One of my aunts was a teacher, and I would always use her books to teach about teddy bears, and I would always just, I just was a teacher since I was about 4. So I feel like that was kind of preparing me for my life path and what I needed to do as I got older. It took a while to figure that out, but I did. And I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be, actually showing my tips, my things that.
I love that. How long have your school been open?
Well, I haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
My spa has been open for 4 years.
Okay.
Now my school, I'm actually in the process of opening my school.
Okay.
And it's a long process to open a school.
Yeah.
My spa was more simple. Yeah. All I needed was a few things, but the school, you need permits, you need this and that. So it's taking a little while longer, but it's getting done.
So how was that transition for you to actually go from just being an esthetician to actually opening up a medical spa?
So the medical spa actually came unexpectedly. Yeah. I had invested in a machine. I had met a nurse, the laser machine. I had met in North Carolina, you can't really operate as a esthetician. So I found a machine. And then from there, it went to Botox, to fillers, to everything else. And it kind of just happened. Yeah. It kind of just rolled into what I was already doing.
So when you started, did you start in like a big old location, a suite? How did you start?
I started out my house doing facials first. Yeah. And then I realized I was more into waxing. Yeah. So I went from my house, probably was in my house for like 3 months.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah. Then I went to a suite. And then from a suite, I had got a business partner and acquired my first business, my first building actually, where we actually rented out suites as well. Okay. And then she didn't want to do the suite thing no more. So we kind of separated. And now I have my own building where I rent out suites as well. Okay. I'm looking to turn it into a full spa though within the next year. I'm doing a lot right now.
How was that for you to actually have a business partner, but then y'all go separate ways and now you on your own?
At first it was devastating because I was so used to having that extra push, that extra backbone, the extra drive. But eventually I feel like it wasn't a bad thing. We just both was going separate ways with our careers. And it was like, okay, cool. I'll do my thing. You do your thing. And we still support each other.
Yeah,
it's no bad blood. It's just that she didn't want what I wanted in the end.
Yeah, I love that. And I think our culture be the only culture that like don't understand we can have a deal that don't work, but we still could be cool and actually do other deals together.
Yes. I think it's a aesthetic thing, I don't know, but or maybe a woman thing. It does turn into bad blood.
Yeah, I think it's a culture thing.
Oh, you might be right.
Because I done seen a lot, and I'm like, man,
yes, you might be right. But it actually worked out for both of us. It's not like we had took any major hits or anything like that. So
I love it. And so when you rent out your suites, Is it most of the people that you helping are aesthetic professionals that are just getting started?
How about I have more nail techs in my building than anything.
What?
The estheticians, they come and go. A lot of times I think they come in there because they think that I'm going to assist them in some type of way. But I've learned to keep business away from pleasure with past, situations. So I'll help them, like I'll promote them, I'll give them ideas, but I kind of don't invest into them because literally it's your own business. So I feel like you should come in there and kind of know already where you're going.
Why don't you just create a small mentorship and sell it to them on the side?
That's the school. I feel like the school is would be more.
But this practice before it open.
You're right. Actually, I work at a school right now. How about that? I work, a lady, she just opened up a school, skin specialist. Her instructor dropped out like 2 or 3 days before school. And I know it took a lot for her to reach out to me like, hey, can you please do this for me? And I did it. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, why? Like, why would you run into a school that's a private school? Why would you go help her? And I feel like there's no competition. No. Her demographic isn't my demographic. And I feel like I'm a girl's girl. So I feel like she needed help and it was God put me there.
I love that. I feel like weak-minded people think something is competition. Mm-hmm. I believe that if your light shining and my light shining, we're going to brighten up the world together.
Right.
Right. And if your light dimming right now, I'm going to give you some energy to get your light shining.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And that's dope that you did that. Yeah. Don't listen to nobody else because first of all, they probably would have did it too.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They say what they wouldn't do until they get put in a situation.
Right.
And this right now is training you on things that you don't have to do or things you need to do when it comes to your school. Exactly. So you getting paid to learn.
Exactly.
That is, 100%.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm not scared to pay dues.
Me neither.
Like even if you was doing it for free, I would do stuff for free so I can learn.
Exactly.
Like no, because all you got to do is stay going in it, and you'll be the biggest in it.
Exactly, because what nobody understands is all of the things that she had to go through with opening a school with the permits. She helps me.
Yeah,
she helps me.
She got relationships now.
Right. So it's like it was like a give-take situation. Yeah. I'm gonna graduate her girls. They're gonna pass. It's her first class. And that's what we're going to do. Like, that's how I'm going to repay her. Mm-hmm. And she repays me by helping me out behind the scenes as well.
That's big. And I think that's just going to help you. And first of all, that's building character.
Right.
And so for you starting your spa, was it very expensive? Like, how did you find the resources?
So with the spa, it's not expensive as I thought. Yeah. I just basically recycle the money. Anything that I make from the business I kind of don't pay myself. Yeah. But it's worth it. I just kind of put my money back into the business and go from there.
I love that. Did you get affected by what we call the triple J's? So like in June or July?
Of course.
How was your mindset then?
My mindset was just to keep going, keep promoting, still get myself out there, and just show up. Yeah. And the clients, they're going to come. Yeah. I look at it like it's vacation season. So during that time, I chill out, I rebrand, I kind of repurpose my, resituate myself so that when the fall months come, when time pick up, I'll be ready for them.
I love that. And so when it comes to creating content, how are you with content?
I'm pretty good with content. I was consistent before. I'm not so consistent now. And I think it's because I'm kind of spreading myself in a lot of different places. So I don't have enough time to go ahead and actually put in the work that I used to put in. But the clients still come to me. So I'm thinking that maybe it's not that important. I go through that.
Ooh,
yes, I do. I admit it. I go through that stage of like, okay, I don't have time long as they book.
Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. It about to get a little deep, right? Mm-hmm. What was the most you did in 1 year?
The most I did in 1 year was my first year. I did $37,000 by myself solo.
Let me tell you why content is important. Because on average, an aesthetic professional is supposed to do $1.3 million a year. Mm. Majority of African American aesthetic professionals are doing under $150,000 a year. The reason why is because they don't understand the importance of content, marketing, and visibility, but the biggest all, consistency.
Right.
Right. And so when I see aesthetic practice not doing 1.3 million, I look and see why. Because what happens is what you just said, like, I got clients coming. Mm-hmm. I don't even need to be seen in a sense, right?
Right.
and it hurts the business.
Right.
Always get seen. And 9 times out of 10, your pricing, the way you charge, what you charge is a big factor too. Maybe you're not offering treatment plans. Maybe retention ain't there. Maybe somebody, like, what's the lifetime value of your clients right now? So that means on average, how long are they staying with you right now? How long?
Because I'm mainly waxing, they stay with me. My retention for my waxing client is about 85%.
So how long? Like 2 years, a year, 1 year?
Maybe like 4 years. I've had clients since day one that still come from me.
All right. On average, how long though?
I'm gonna say about a year and a half.
Okay, so let's just make it easy, about a year, right?
Right.
Well, no, we could say 18 months, right?
Yeah, 18 months.
On average, how much are they spending with you in that 18 months?
Now it depends, because some of them may just come fully for waxing.
Yep.
Some of them may upsell. They may go into facials.
Give me an average.
About, I want to say about $300 per client.
For 18 months?
Oh, no. I mean like per client. So for 18 months, I have no idea. That's a good question.
On average, we don't know the lifetime value of our clients.
Right.
We only think about that first initial payment they make,
right,
not how much they're spending with us, right? So on average, an aesthetic professional client lifetime value should be around $10,000 plus.
Okay.
Right. And if it's not, that means we're doing something wrong.
Right.
And most of the time, it's your numbers of what you're charging is too low, because it's like, oh, somebody over there is charging this, so let me charge a little less. We're not getting the big bucks because we're scared to charge.
Right.
And that is why we can't hit the $1 million, and I tell people, all you got to do is make $87,000 a month, which it take time. It's not like something that happens instantly. You might need to have a clean 36 months of just going before you start hitting it. Some people go further. Some people go shorter. The difference is what we call a Jared moment. Do you have a Jared moment? You remember Jared?
From Subway?
Yes,
I do remember Jared.
Right? So Jared was the face of it, because he said he ate all of these subs and lost his weight. But I don't know how when you got bread and yeast and all that. But I understand it. Majority of the Black aesthetic don't have a Jared moment. They don't have somebody who they made a crazy transformational of, that they can use that story to promote their business.
Right. And
that is what's hindering, because it's not all about you. It's about the things that you do. Right. All right. But I love it. I want you to talk to a aesthetic professional that might be on the edge of throwing in the towel, giving up. What would you say to inspire them?
If you feel like you're about to give up in your aesthetic career, I want to warn you that that will not be a good thing. Always remember your why. When I feel like I'm not doing what I need to do, or I'm getting discouraged about certain things, I always go back to my why. I have a letter that I wrote to myself in the beginning of my career. And whenever I feel down about it, I open up that letter and I read that letter, and it has not changed. I'm doing this for my children, generational wealth, hopefully so that they can follow in my footsteps, to go ahead and continue with my legacy. And that's my why. And I will hope that you have a why. And if you don't, go write one right now.
I love that. If you can put a highlight on one of your superpowers, what would it be and why?
I'm very resilient. I'm resilient. No matter what, I'm going to keep going. I'm always going to find ways to avoid blockages or get around blockages. I'm just going to keep going.
I love that. I want to commend you for thinking about your community and making a way for them to be able to build their legacy. That's big.
Thank you.
And not giving up when a problem happened.
Right.
And being clear that competition don't exist.
It really don't.
Because every tool you get will allow you to build.
Yes.
And so I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for tuning in to the Content Aesthetic Show. And I want you to realize competition is a weak person disease. Is no such thing. And if you're looking at somebody as competition, you're just not full of your vision, of your passion, yourself. because you should encourage other people to follow their dreams because it don't hurt you. Matter of fact, it can help you because you might become partners with this person. This person might have a tool that you didn't have. And the biggest thing I want you to realize is share your tools. When God gave you your tools, he gave you this tool with the possibility of reproducing it. So what that means is when you help somebody, it don't take away from you. You still got yours. So use your tools to keep building. Even when you see somebody doing what you want to do and you're not there yet, pay them or join a team to see what they're doing that you're not to help you build. I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode. I am Dontel Antonio, and this is the Content Aesthetic Show.